exhale. One more breath and just let it all go. Okay. Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out to us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Okay. So I'm just going to start by just slowly working through your energy, okay? And babies, it is completely okay to fall asleep, to be relaxed, to just enjoy yourself in this moment, okay? Just keep going. Keep going, okay? So keep breathing in and out. In and out. I really love the sound of water. It's like falling asleep, listening to the waves of the ocean. Or during a rainstorm, just the rainy days. It almost feels like this really sweet blanket of just cleansing. So I'm just going to allow this to just cover you and give you the opportunity of rest, peace, and balance. So just feeling that water, because we're mostly water. So feeling that water just flowing all through you. Becoming one with it. And enjoying that. Okay. Just releasing. It feels good to let go. You can choose to take different kind of breath movement, meaning your inhales and your exhales, and your inhales and your exhales can go as fast or as slow as you want, and just release, and let it go. I want you to exhale anything that needs to be removed, anything you're ready to release. Just let it go, babies. You don't have to carry that any longer. You can release that and you can send it on. You don't need anyone's permission except your own to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Surrender to your own comfort, your own peace. Allow yourself the permission to have peace, even when you don't know the answer, even when you have 1,000 things to do, even when you have 1,000 things on your mind. Give yourself permission to have peace, at least in the moment, and be okay with that. Your whole world may not be perfect, but you can still have peace in the moments that you choose. It's up to you. I'm not gonna say that those challenging moments are meaningful. I think they suck. But I will say this. want you to think about things that make you happy. I know for me it's always a good meal. An indulgent one at that. And it should be accessible to you. Something that you can actually experience. I don't want to see you do that. See yourself doing that. Whatever that is. And how peaceful it feels. There doesn't have to be a special occasion. Sometimes it's just because. And it's not a money thing. There's many ways to get close to where you need with what you have. Like, oh, you want to go ride a roller coaster? Well, seems like you better look for a piece of cardboard and go find a hill. I'm telling you the stuff we used to do back in the day. Or when I was a kid and we wanted to go to the pool, we would just put cold water in the tub and we'd be sitting in that tub. Or, you know, when the AC wasn't on and it would just be baking in the summer, we would take our clothes and freeze them. We would just put water on or freeze them. But the challenge there is waiting. Just waiting for the clothes to be frozen. And it would be so hot it'd make you go to sleep. You know what I'm talking about? So the pool was not accessible, but you figure it out. And think about it. When you're a kid, especially when you're young, you're told no all the time, and you figure out ways to find your happiness. You fall down all the time, and you just get back up and keep pushing. It's only when we become an adult that we become bitter that we fell, or bitter that we have to find alternatives. Why not bring that energy back in and just find alternatives in the moment? You do have to be mindful though of who you surround yourself with, because they're probably gonna go, you know. But these are things that you can do on your own. But there will always be someone who's down, and it helps you to appreciate them a little bit more, okay? Fall in love with the process of living life. The adventure of just being there. Also, to remove stress, try to be bored. No, for real. Try to be bored. Just sit there. Stare at a wall. And you'll start getting real creative, you know? You're like, oh, okay, I'm about to do something interesting. It's really how you let your imagination run free without it being primed by what other people are doing, or, you know. Just be bored. Go outside. Outside is real. Sometimes I know one of my favorite things to do is just to walk around. You're not doing anything, you don't have to spend any money, but it feels like you're doing things. Sometimes I like to walk just to think. I think it helps organize my thoughts. So just working through anything that's coming up. And it's okay for things to come up. Let them come out. It's tough because you ever see those small town stories or movies, and then you're like, why do y'all care so much what Billy Sue down the street thinks, whatever. But being in a community, it matters. But now we're so connected. Our community is huge. We're worldwide. So you might ask yourself, why do you care what someone else thinks here or there? And it matters. Everyone wants to feel like they belong, that they're protected. Everyone feels a lot of things, that they're valuable, that they're needed. There's a lot of things. And so it's normal. It's normal. But so much is happening. You gotta discover your own worth within yourself. You're never gonna be the perfect person. You don't have to be. But you don't need to be perfect to enjoy your life. Enjoying your life starts with you. And also understanding that those who cannot enjoy their life do not have to be in your life. That was a hard lesson to learn, but a necessary one. Some people who are just kind of stuck where they're at, you may want to take them with you, but you can't. Sometimes you gotta put your mask on first, okay? And I think the most beautiful thing is you will inspire people to make changes. But it's hard to make changes. Oftentimes there's this thing that we see that's like a mob mentality. You see it in cults where everyone will think one way even if it's not right. But a person knows like, hey, this is not right, but they'll agree because they want to belong. To feel like you're connected. To not feel just alone in this world, which a lot of people feel. So they'll do that. But then there's this conflicted feeling of like, you know, when the things stop working for them. I actually say it like this. Hey, don't worry about that. Worry about loving yourself. And you'll become connected with people in different areas of your life. One community is not going to be your end all. Have many communities. Have your boundaries, have discernment. But enjoy life. Release any of that old stuff, old baggage, old expectations, and just enjoy life. No matter where you are, who you are. Oh, I used to be this, I used to be that. Well, you're this now, and so what do you want to do? There's still a lot of life to live here. And it's not about people hyping you up. It's about you enjoying the life that you have as it is. And if you choose to make changes, you can. Be grateful of the opportunity to be alive. Be grateful of the opportunity to breathe in this moment, and be grateful of the opportunity to change your life. If you have the ability to change and maybe just lack the motivation, that's attainable. But it is a privilege to be able to age. It's a privilege to be able to live. There's many things that you may not like with the world, rightfully so. But it is a privilege for you to be alive to do so. And for you to have the choice to make changes, specifically in your own life. What are you gonna do? Don't focus on what others think. Focus on what is best for you. What are you gonna do? Because you'll never be able to make changes in your life if you're too worried about trying to be perfect for everyone else along the whole process. Do what you need to do. Discover your consistency. You'll find a way to do it. You will find your best way to do that. And it'll be a way that works for you. And that will be okay. You give yourself permission. And it's tough to realize all the years you may have suffered when you didn't have to. Enjoy each moment. You don't have to have this big grand idea of who you're going to become. You can just do the things you love. Find ways to have security in your life. Find ways to have genuine connection and pay attention to the connections around you. That is a lot of this releasing of stress and anxiety, is feeling supported in life, and it's your responsibility to find that. But it's your responsibility to be the first person to give yourself support, even when you feel like there's none. And that means you have to change too. Change what you believe you can do. Change where you believe you can go. And when the universe gives you those opportunities that you've been working hard for, you take them. You take them. So a couple more of this. See, babies, everything's gonna be okay. You don't have to continue to worry. You'll be fine. best job today, and I hope that you enjoyed this stress relief session. I want you to know that you can do anything. And I often see that people are conflicted. There's so much stuff going on in the world, and they feel guilt, or they feel disempowered, or they feel so many things. One thing I will say is this: constantly bombarding yourself with information all the time is going to immobilize you. It's our responsibility to know what's going on, but it's also our responsibility to take care of ourselves. And the more that we take care of ourselves, the more that we can be future leaders who make better decisions. Everything that we see now is the repercussion of previous generations and how they thought and how they do things. But whatever is accessible to you today, shifting and changing your mind, going out there and making change that is accessible to you is enough. It will not save the world, but it will move one piece forward. And you, me, or anybody can't just go and save the world. We all have to do our part to just move one piece forward, and then when we get there, we move another piece forward. So don't feel disenfranchised about your life and feel like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Economies always change, environments always change, the world always change. Adjust, find your way. Don't always follow other